Yeah, I was wondering why you're fucking with Kurama.
The fucking.
You got the tail B circle all fucked up now.
How do I have it fucked up?
I'm just fucking with
It
you.
should be 1 through 9.
It is.
All right. So is he dead or like what? You were.
We're gonna get into that.
I just want to know a little bit.
I mean,
are you watching Boruto?
Yes.
I've been reading the manga and I watched it up until it got non-canon. And
I
then
saw the first 12 episodes and was like, this is garbage.
it is. So let me.
The entire time I was like, why didn't you just make another show where they're
Yeah.
all adults?
Yeah.
Why you didn't have to do the kids thing?
So I didn't even get into Boruto until like a few years after it came out, because when COVID happened, I was laid off for like 5 months. So
Yeah, weren't we all?
yeah. So I literally just
Best
like
time
most
of
of that
my
time I was playing fucking Neo 2 with
Same.
this guy and another one of our good friends, and watching Shippuden for like fucking months on end.
Mm-hmm.
I watched all of it. I fucking fell in love with it.
Was that your
like-
first time then?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I've always loved Naruto growing up. I hate to be that guy, but Naruto is legit my favorite anime. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
No, same.
Like I have just always loved it, and like I put it off the older I got. Like I got kind of out of anime, and then like I finished original Naruto like right before COVID happened. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna watch Shippuden now. I'm like, holy fuck, it's 500 episodes. So like, all right, I'm burned through this, and I did. And then I was like, I kind of heard it.
Did you watch the movies too?
I've seen a couple of them.
Did you watch the last movie?
Yes, the one that's canon after Shippuden,
Yeah.
where they go to the moon and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah. It sounds a little fucking stupid, but it's actually a good movie.
Also,
like, it really
it's
is.
very funny to me how they're like, all right, so we got to get Naruto and Hinata together. Let's make it literally one fucking line.
Yeah.
That's it. And after that, they don't like, they do
They
the
don't-
whole hand-holding thing, but
Yeah.
like there's literally like, it's literally like, she loves me? Oh. And then next scene, they're just together.
Yeah,
Was that after the pain fight or
No,
was that during
that's
Way
that's the
after-
last episode of Shippuden.
Yeah,
Is
they
there?
got
Well,
married,
okay,
right?
yeah, it's like the last 10 or 12 episodes is like they do backstories on some of the characters, and then like it's setting up Naruto and Hinata's wedding, and like there's a really cool moment like Naruto goes to Iruka Sensei and asks him like to be basically his best man, and it's really emotional and shit. And then
He should have
Yeah.
asked Sasuke.
well, Sasuke wasn't around.
Well,
at
he
the time.
asked,
Oh,
he
really?
asked him to stand in as his father.
Yeah,
Oh,
basically. Yeah,
that
you're
makes
right.
sense.
You're right. So
When you said best man, I was like, yeah. I don't know. So I don't know if Japanese weddings are the same as like our weddings.
right. Yeah.
I don't know the significance of the parents' involvement.
But you get the idea.
Yeah, no,
So
I get
and then
it.
basically like it shows their wedding, like they meet up and hold hands, and then like you said, it just stops. And it's like, what the fuck? Okay, but then the movie came out, and like I want to say it's not even like a year after that, is it? In the show technically, because they're a little bit older.
So it's weird because there are things that are flashbacks in the movie that happened before the last episodes of Shippuden,
Yeah.
but the movie happens after Shippuden ends.
Yeah.
But the flashbacks give a lot of context to what was happening. Pretty much in the timeline, Shippuden ends, this movie happens, and then Boruto starts.
Yeah.
Like,
Like flash
seems
forward like 20 years Boruto, or
Oh,
how I
okay.
think it was 13 or 15, something like that. So anyway, before I get too far off the beaten path, yes, Boruto, like the first 50 episodes, you literally don't even need to watch. You can just watch the fucking movie, and that's what I did with him.
that's
like,
Naruto too, though, man.
yeah,
Like-
exactly. Like there's some, like they do character introductions for all the kids in the class and shit. Like some of it's cool, like not a lot of it is though, because for one, the animation isn't Naruto tier. It kind of sucks. For two, like just a lot of the characters are just clones from the original shows, and three, like I don't know, it's just not the fucking same. Like you're kind of going into it with the foul taste in your mouth because you're like, it's technically not Naruto.
It's
So-
one of those things where, like, on one hand, it's fan service.
Yeah.
yeah, 100%.
And
Keeps
then-
the show going. People love that.
Right. It, like, my whole thing with Naruto is it's like, dude, Naruto sucks as a character.
Yeah,
Like,
he kinda
well,
does.
early Naruto. Later, end of Shippuden, fucking badass. I'm here
Yeah,
for it.
he's
I
the
s- I
opus
haven't-
magnum of.
all right.
He's that.
I-
So
I
He's
saw
fucking awesome.
I saw the fight with him and when he does the whole sage mode and turns into like a butterfly man or whatever the fuck was going on.
Hell yeah.
He had the,
Toad mode.
no, it wasn't Toad mode. It was he was using
Oh,
the-
that's Six Paths mode.
yeah, he was
yeah.
using the
Yeah.
rest of Kurama's energy to fight some.
Oh,
dude in
no.
Baruto.
You're talking about Baryon. You're talking
Yeah.
about Boruto. Okay.
And like that.
Oh, then I haven't seen this.
I saw
Yeah.
it, and it was a really cool fight.
Yeah, I showed it to you.
I still think
because you were
One
like,
Piece
I'm like,
sleeps
listen,
on
dude, like I know you shit on
Naruto.
the show, but like
Just
there
saying.
are good fights in it, and like I showed you the movie and you liked it too.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm trying to say. Like if you ever really want to like actually get into the show, just skip the fucking first 50 episodes, watch the movie because that's basically the end of like the 55th episode is the end of that movie, and honestly,
You
just
could
skip.
literally watch that movie and then start Shippuden, and it'd be fine.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I've read, like I said before, I read the manga for Boruto. The manga is fucking great. Honestly, like it's not that bad. Like they kind of reuse some things from the other series, but like it stays on the path. Like it doesn't go far off from canon. Whereas the show, like it's literally just a fucking clone of Naruto. Like over half the episodes are filler,
That would annoy me.
and it's annoying as fuck.
That's
like,
why. Like I literally watched 12 episodes of it. Even his son Boruto, I was like, this is just shitty Naruto.
yeah.
He's just as bitchy. Like
There-
even worse.
He has all
Yeah.
he has all of the bitchiness, but none of like the reason to be doing anything.
He's got
Exactly.
his parents.
He's
He's got
like-
people that love him.
Yeah.
Right, like
And that's a good point too, because Boruto, like he literally has
characters
like,
are only good if they don't have parents.
yeah,
And we'll get into that later.
yeah, exactly. We're gonna get into that later.
We are anime.
I will say this though, like Boruto as a fucking shinobi, he is badass. He can use all 5 chakra natures. He eventually gets Sasuke's sword. He's technically now, like as of a couple days ago, like to get current in the manga, he's a full like Otsutsuki now. Like he's technically
Using
100%
words,
one.
I don't know what that
So you like
means.
Kaguya,
Yeah,
like, okay, that
Spaceman.
where like all the fucking chakra and everything's derived
Yeah.
from the tailed beast. Boruto's one of those now. Like the one he kills in the Boruto movie, the Momoshiki guy, he gets implanted what's called a karma. So basically, like when they die, they can implant their DNA into another human, and then that human becomes their vessel, so they can get reincarnated.
It's so weird though that Naruto went on the fucking anime shit where it's like, all right, so we're talking about ninjas and the Great Ninja War and all of these dope jujitsu and the tailed beasts, and now there's aliens on the moon.
Yeah, basically.
I don't
You're
like
how
that.
how can we
I
go
don't
further?
Like that. I was fine with the tailed beast. I was fine with bringing people back from the grave. I was fine with the Great Ninja War because that arc right there, I've seen pieces and parts of it. It blows my mind every time I sit down
It's
and
fucking
like,
insane,
watch
dude.
a little
The
bit of it.
The animation is like the Madara fight when Madara
Yeah.
shows up for the first time is insane. Like
Yeah. He actually showed me that video a long time
Yeah.
ago before I even watched
which music
when it
video
came-
for which it's been used like 20 million times.
yeah fucking AMVs or whatever.
Oh yeah, it was like right when it came out, so it was all in Japanese. And It was
Yeah.
when Madara was standing by himself, all the ninjas all the ninjas
Right.
show up, and he's like, "Okay, let's go," and he just charges through and just fucks everybody up.
Kabuto's literally like, let's see that like fucking Uchiha power that you have, and he's just like, all right.
He just levels an entire battlefield by himself.
Yeah,
It's
like
insane.
not even fucking trying. Like I think Naruto gets him like one time, and he's like, just like, what the fuck was that?
Well, that's the thing is he like smirks and he's like, "Oh, he is the Jinchuriki. Like he
Yeah.
touched me."
Yeah, it's fucking wild. Like see the whole thing play out. It's amazing.
When we were on COVID, like Riley said, he did Naruto, and every time we would play Neo because it was like anime during the day, Neo at night, and we would play Neo until like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Every fucking
Every
night.
single night. And like we've got characters that are like up in the 300s because we ran through that game so many times.
Yeah.
So I would sit on the chat with them, and all they would talk about is Naruto. It's between him and Mason. They're just like, Mason's watching the clips of like all the good scenes, and
Because you could literally do that with the show.
Yeah, you
like-
can.
and then
honestly.
Riley was, sitting down watching episode for episode the whole thing, and they're like talking about
Which
it.
I kind of regret.
And I had like no context to talk about. I'm just like,
You
oh yeah,
have to.
yeah.
You
And
have
I'm
to
just
start
sitting here. I'm
watching it.
like, I watched Naruto. I started Shippuden. I got all the way to the pain fight, and I stopped because they kind of ruined it for me. Because I knew exactly what was coming up when it came up, and it was like,
Are you
But
talking
it's-
about the
it's-
Almighty Push, or
No, you
no,
s-
no.
you
It
saw
was,
all of that,
I
I
saw all
thought.
that.
so,
Yeah,
so you stopped after that?
it was like right at the end of the fight. Like I watched the end
Yeah.
of the fight, and I was like, all right, I'm done. I pretty much have seen this without watching this.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
because they explained everything so hard. So I was like, I'm gonna watch an anime nobody sat through. One Piece. So
I was current with One Piece for so long, dude. And then when that dude, I don't read manga, so like I don't know the author and everything. But when he's like,
Oda.
Oda, that's his name. He's like, now the story's starting.
Oh,
Right when he
yeah.
said that, I was me like, fuck you, dude.
I think a lot of people
you
were.
don't get to do that to my time. Like I think the highest I made it was like 820 something.
I'm in the 950 range. I've stopped a long time ago. Like I was watching it constantly. Like I had a plan where I'd watch 15 episodes a day.
Yeah.
That's all I did. Like I said, we'd anime during the day, Neo at night.
I mean, shit, dude. If you really want to get down to it, if you watch 4 episodes a day every day for a year, you'll be current.
Yep.
True that.
It was hard. There would be days where I'm like, I don't want to watch any more of this. I don't want to fucking do it. I'm so burnt out. I need to catch up though. I need to see what's going on. And I got all the way to where Luffy lands on the new current island that they're right now battling through. The Emperor of the Sea. I can't even think.
Isn't he still on Wano?
Wano. Thank
Yeah.
you. I was like, it's been so long that I didn't even know the it's this island of samurais.
Oh,
So
I'm in.
anything-
That's
yeah.
dope.
Yeah, anything that you see is they're dressed as samurais. Like, you know how they have
Yeah.
like a theme per season?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Thriller Bark was Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
They just have themes for their seasons. And this is a samurai themed one where he's fighting through the Emperors of the Sea. He's got this one. He already beat Big Mama. So I can't think of the Emperor of the Sea now because it's been
Kaido?
Kaido.
Yeah.
And then Red.
So my coworkers
Shanks.
are super into One Piece. They're current and they're watching it and they're trying to get me to do it. And that's all they talk about is how dope the new fights are. And I'm like, that's cool. But it takes them like 14 episodes to get there. It's
Yeah.
why I don't like Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
Like all of Dragon Ball pretty much.
They
It's
did-
like it's the same thing
They
where
did
it's like
Dragon Ball a solid when they did Kai. When
Yeah.
they did Kai, people were like, all right, now it's watchable. And I'm not like, as a kid, like when I sat down and watched Dragon Ball and it was like 50 episodes for Frieza and Goku's fight, I didn't care because it was like I would sit down and wait for that episode every week to watch it one episode
at a time.
at a time, and then sometimes it would set you back, and then you wouldn't even give a fuck. You'd be all the way back at Raditz, and you're like, all right, I was at Frieza, but now I'm back at Raditz. Let's fucking go through
Right,
this
because
again.
just because of how Toonami aired shit, dude, it was just like
Yeah.
because they did. You guys talked about that on your Yu Hakusho episode. They did that with the Dark Tournament all the time.
Oh,
They-
yeah.
Oh,
they
yeah,
get there,
yeah.
They get there and then they just restart it.
You're like,
Well,
oh yeah,
that was my thing too. Like a few years ago when I went to watch all of Yu Yu Hakusho, I was just like, "Fuck! I didn't even realize there was a second Dark Tournament or like a whole other like Spirit Detective arc."
I
or
thought it
any
was
of
done
that.
after that, dude.
No,
And then I was like, "Holy fuck!" The Spirit, in my opinion, this guy disagrees with me. The Spirit Detective arc is better than the fucking Dark Tournament arc to
dude,
me.
I just love the Dark Tournament arc.
They're both fucking great. I just like the Spirit Detective arc a little bit more.
I didn't like it because I thought they had some really cool scenes in it. I just didn't like the additions to the teams. I thought the 4 that they had should have stayed the 4. They added
Yeah.
all these other characters in, and it's like,
But
all
they
right.
also get even more powerful in that arc, though.
They
It's
do.
why
They
I
do.
it.
Like Kurama learns how to control his fox mode. Hiei doesn't really do anything.
Hiei
He
more.
does
just gets
Hiei
more
shit.
Hiei. Yeah.
Kuwabara loses his powers, and Yusuke gains those powers. So like,
Man,
they
when
did Kuwabara dirty.
when
as
they
fuck,
did that,
dude.
I was just kind of like, dude, this guy's been trying his fucking hardest to just compete,
Seriously,
man.
though.
To just show up and not even like beat him,
just show up.
just show up, and
Yeah.
you're just like, no, main character.
Well, that's why I pay homage to Kuwabara next to my PC.
I respect it, dude. I honestly think he's one of the best. Like, support characters.
You're a Messi. He's definitely a fucking grade A support
And
character.
dude, the voice
can't take
acting
that
is
away from him.
iconic.
Oh, dude, I know. Just all the characters. Like anytime I hear a Yu Yu Hakusho dub character, I'm like, that voice fits that character. They did such a good job on that.
Yep. Which sucks nowadays because every character's voice acted by the same like 6 people.
And they're all whiny as fuck, man.
I can't even.
My girlfriend has said several times like the main reason I don't watch anime is every single time I hear a female voice, it is just they sound childish, they sound whiny, and they sound bitchy, and it's annoying. And I get it. Mm-hmm. But if they just hired real voice actors, like after the budget that they've been getting, like after Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Mugen Train came out, and that was like insanely popular in America. And then Jujutsu Kaisen's movie came out,
and it's just blowing up. And like the anime from the last, like we've talked about this on the show, anime from like the last like 5 to 10 years wasn't what it was like 10 years ago.
No,
where like you did not talk about the fact that you liked anime. That was cartoons.
Right.
Like you didn't talk about that shit. Now everybody's like, I'm a weeb and a nerd, and that's awesome. Like I'm so pro that.
Yeah,
culture.
no, like
that's so cool. And like
I do believe in a playful gatekeeping,
mm-hmm.
where it's like, look, man, you can't just show up and be like, Dragon Ball's the greatest thing ever. Like, you've watched 3 anime, dude. Of course, it's gonna be good when that's the pool.
Yeah,
but like,
if that's your bar,
right,
I understand.
Right, and like I get it, I respect it. It's just one of those things where it's music, it's all art. Where like when you find this and you have this like little hovel of your own, like I found this cool thing and I enjoy it, and then everybody else starts doing it, the thing gets ruined. Like Boruto, for example.
Yeah.
Naruto was dope, and yeah, there was the weird kids in school, fucking Naruto running in gym class and shit.
Oh yeah.
And like that wasn't me, but like
you would look down and you'd be like, man, these fucking nerds. And in the back of your mind, you're like,
I'm a fucking nerd.
I'm a fucking nerd. I'm a fucking nerd. I should be out there supporting him, but I'm not.
Because you're in your head going like, hell yeah, man. Like, do the thing.
Yeah, do it.
Do the things that make you happy. That's fucking dope, nerd. Walk away, man. Like,
yeah.
But now it's
I
like
agree.
straight up cool.
Yeah, it's cool
like,
to fucking do that. The raid of Area 51. Proof.
Yeah. Oh my god.
We had a whole squad of people.
The whole meme did it. Like, all right, we sending the Naruto runners from the west. Like, oh, dude, I missed that. That was like a weird.
I was ready.
That
for
was like
it.
a weird societal phenomenon where I was kind of like, are we actually gonna fucking do this? Like,
no
are,
shit.
Are
I'm
people
like,
gonna do this?
It's
Like,
gonna go down. Like,
they're gonna get shot, but like
a lot of
are
people.
they
Are
gonna
they
do
this?
Like a lot of people are gonna die. Like a lot. Like,
if that was our January 6th, like I wish that would have happened.
Hey
That
man,
would-
that'd be a good way to go down.
I would have taken that over January 6th
Yeah.
personally.
Felt.
Yeah.
Like that'd probably been a little bit better.
Put it on my gravestone. Attempted a raid Area 51.
I was there.
Don't forget.
I survived the Area 51 raid of 20. When was it? 2020, 2019,
2021.
2021. Yeah,
It was just 2021.
yeah. It was
Really,
fresh.
dude? I thought that was COVID year.
I thought it was
2020
too.
was COVID year.
Right.
And then 2020 into 2021 because it was January 6th. So it was like right at the end of 2020.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's why it feels like it's a little weird.
I don't know. The last 3 years just kind of have all blurred together.
Yeah. No, it hasn't
Truth.
stopped. Like
Truth.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
Actually, that's like same. But like I started getting super into like weekly animes, where like I used to just like watch like find one and then watch it all, like binge watch it.
Yeah. Kind of like Demon Slayer and JJK.
That's literally what I did with both of those because everybody watched them first, and I was like, "Oh, this."
What am I missing?
I don't really watch shonen shit all that often. I like it.
Wait, are you the slice of life guy?
Hell yeah, dog.
Oh God.
Here he is. He's been emailing our show for fucking a year now.
Dude, it's the best
Oh,
genre,
okay.
man. It's the best genre.
I got a few friends that agree. Like I don't disagree. I've watched 2 slice of life animes. Well,
I haven't seen
kind of
any.
watched like 1.5. I watched Bofuri, which I thought honestly like was kind of cool.
It's a
And
kind
then-
of slice of life for sure. Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
can't go wrong.
yeah. And then I watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I think I watched like most of the first season, and like honestly, they're just funny as fuck.
Right.
Like,
That really all it is a comedy.
I really kind of want to watch like Uzaki-chan wants to hang out and shit like that.
I watched the first season. The English voice actor's annoying as fuck, so definitely watch the subs.
I honestly these days, dude, I prefer like most anime subbed. Like I got a buddy at work. He's like, I won't watch My Hero until it comes out and dubbed. I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Like I fucking hate
prefer
it.
My Hero.
There are some anime that have a good dub.
Yeah, I agree.
And they have solid voice acting, and it's not cringy and everything. But dude, My Hero's one of those ones where it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Where like just hire any amount of new voice actors. I'm not saying that they're bad at what they do. It's just that you have the same 6 people.
Yeah.
To cast every character.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And I know it's all contract based and.
Like, to be fair, like, Steve Blum from America has, like, the most voice acting done on any anime because there hasn't been a lot of spots for voice actors in America. Like, that whole, like, nerd, this is weeb, that also, like, kicks into that. I'm good on that. And not everybody has that, like, mindset. Oh, I'm going to go into voice acting. I'm going to go, like, how many people have you ever met in your entire fucking life?
It's like a pretty, like, prestigious award to be a voice actor in Japan for anime.
Yeah, I'm sure it fucking is.
Well, like, dude, it's like A-tier celebrity stuff there.
Yeah.
It is.
In here, they're like, yeah, can I get, like, paid enough to pay my fucking rent?
Holy
Pretty
shit,
much,
are you fucking the
Like-
voice of Spike Spiegel? Aren't you, like, the voice of, like, 20 different other characters?
Yeah, man, I have, like, I make, like, 80 grand a year.
I live in a
Like,
double
what?
wide.
No, dog. So, like, the Jujutsu Kaisen movie came out in America.
Mm-hmm.
The English dubcast got paid, like, 10 grand for that.
That is awful.
How it...
That's
Google
criminal.
to get the confirmed numbers. I'm
Sure.
pulling the numbers out. But, like, they were, like,
That's
grossly
okay.
underpaid. But it was, like... That's the difference between Japan
I'm about to pull out the
in
difference
America.
right now.
No, for sure. Like
Yeah.
I know it was something like they made like several hundred million.
Yeah.
And the voice actors, which are like the whole thing. Like
Yeah.
the animation's dope and everything, but like if this was just a silent film, this would not do as well.
No. I actually watched the sub version of that movie, just side note, and that I didn't really have a lot of expectations going into that movie, but I fucking loved it. Like I did not think it was going to be that good.
I watched Jujutsu Kaisen because
Holy shit.
one friend was like, "This is better than Naruto," and immediately I was like, "No, it's not." And so I had to watch it, and it's good. I want to see where they go with it. That's pretty much where I'm at on that one.
Yeah, I'm thinking about picking up the manga. I'm just going to wait though.
Do you I don't see any books, so you just do that online?
For these days, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, like back in junior high, I used to love fucking going to like Barnes and Nobles or the bookstore and buying manga, but dude, they're
It's
just too
so
goddamn
expensive,
expensive,
dude.
And like, I'm not a kid anymore. Like when I was a kid, I would like sit and reread like my Death Note books and shit like that. But nowadays, no, I only need it like one time and I'm good. So I'm basically spending like $10 to read something and then put it on a shelf for the rest of his life. So
Right.
So,
well, I mean, I do that with video games too. So but I can actually play the fucking game as many times as I want. It won't get as old. So
most anime voice actors do not get paid what one might expect, according to latest news. A standard anime voice acting role pays around $40 for each short job, while a professional experienced anime voice actor could be paid $5.40 per week.
that's not that much.
Dog, I
It's
make
less
more
than
than that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say that's
I know.
like less than what I make. Shit,
And that's not good.
No.
'cause
No.
I don't make a whole lot of money.
No.
not at all.
And they like granted they only work 2 to 4 hours a day, but like that's 4 hours of you just constantly using your voice and
Well,
still not making very much.
It's more of an insult just because of how much money is being made on the project they're working on.
and
it's not being
540,
reciprocated
That's
back to
top
them.
tier. That's top tier voice acting.
And I would argue that like voice acting is a big part of a character.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the reason that people like Master Chief, for example, that dude's voice actor is fucking perfect for that role. Mm-hmm. And that's the iconic voice of Chief.
Yep. You know the person by the voice.
That dude just died yesterday. The dude
No
who
shit.
voiced not Master Chief's voice actor, unless it was the same guy, but the dude who did a bunch of the dudes in Destiny and everything, and like throughout.
Oh, was that who we saw earlier? That was on
Redlick or Redlock?
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
like
Lance.
Lance Redlock.
that's the other thing is like they get no attention.
No.
Like I'm over here trying to remember the dude's name and I can't do it. Like,
No.
and that's a problem on my behalf, but like also that's everybody. But like,
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm terrible with names.
it's the whole thing of like they definitely in anime they play a huge role on a character, and the fact that you're gonna get paid $40 for a day's worth of work, that's insane. Like
I said, granted, it's only 2 to 4 hours, but that's like that's enough money to get from you to the studio, maybe, depending on what you drive. $40 to get in.
I mean,
there
if it's
and-
only a week, you're talking like $2,000 a month, which isn't
Yeah,
really shit in
no.
today's economy.
and you probably live in LA.
Exactly.
which-
That's what I was getting ready to say too.
and somebody that
well, I
makes
feel like you could do a lot of it remotely now.
Probably.
you probably could
Well,
record
probably
it
not if
at-
you're getting paid $40.
Well, you might be able.
Yeah.
You might be able to like set up an at-home studio, like get the lines at home, and then send them in.
Oh, you mean kind of like this? No,
Kind of
I'm
like
just
pretty much like
No,
this.
but
Just
I
fucking
know
with
all
you.
the I know like a home studio
Yeah.
isn't cheap to get like very quality. Like I mean, it's not gonna like break the bank, but like if you're only making $40 for a job, dude, you're gonna have to do a lot of jobs.
Yeah, that's a lot of investing to get
like
little
what
reward.
wood goes for like $1,000 a board. So let's see, probably like I don't know, $18,000 for your at-home studio.
Like they
Yeah.
definitely have to be like taking time off work at another
yeah.
job to like do this like part real quick.
Give me some time off while I do this real quick.
Yeah, I mean, well, if you look at it too, I guess per project, if you're getting that much, I mean, I'm sure like Sean Schimmel does My Hero and DBZ Super at the same time. So I mean, if you're like stacking shows
Well,
on top
that's
of
the
shows,
thing is most
What
of
is
them are like
Sean-
contracted to the production company. Like
Right.
that's why all of Funimation animes sound like Funimation voice actors.
Oh,
because
oh,
it's
so
the
you're
same-
saying like it wouldn't really
like it goes off a
matter.
studio. Like now there are freelance voice actors, but
Yeah.
like
right? Yeah,
usually when you get an English dub of an anime, it's done by like Aniplex, Funimation, and they have like specific contracted
Viz.
voice actors.
yeah,
That makes
And those
a
are
lot of
probably the
sense.
people making $540 a week or so.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but this is what I'm talking about though, is that stagnates all the voices and they're there for the characters. And now somebody on the outside, when they show up to watch an anime, it sounds and feels and plays out exactly like the other anime that they've seen before in their life, and it's all the same, and it just locks it in like that. Like
I
but
could
not
see that. I could
Japanese.
see that. You know, kind of like the shonen. Like you have just a select variety of actors that you can use for that show. Like you got a Demon Slayer coming out. You're like, all right, so we've got these 50 people. Who's gonna voice this character? All right, who's gonna voice this character? Side note: what does Sean Schimmel do in My Hero?
He's All Might.
No shit.
Yeah, he's All Might.
No
I-
shit.
You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, he's All Might.
Have no feed. Shut up. The voice of fucking Goku is fucking.
Oh no, not Goku. I'm sorry, Chris Sabat. Chris Sabat. I fucked that up. The guy that voices Vegeta is All Might.
That makes sense.
Does
Now that you
it?
say
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's hard. That's hard for me to like accept.
yeah. It's a little weird because I'm pretty sure Chris Sabat did Kuwabara too.
Yeah.
I wanna
Yes, he
say,
did.
yeah.
Yes, he did.
So
Like I was saying, iconic voice acting work. Like builds the character.
yeah,
To the
And-
point where you're like, wait, Vegeta voiced All Might?
And when you say that, when you name that character, like when you
Well-
name Kuwabara or Vegeta,
well, shit. I just kind of realized something. That's like a reoccurring thing. Like he's saying, he's basically like the second protagonist of all those shows.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you know what I
that's your
mean?
one role. That's your one role. You are now.
He's
stuck
like,
in
you
this-
fucking see it?
this is what
You
I'm
see what I'm
saying,
trying to
like-
tell you?
It's cool because like I like the content. Anime's dope. There's right now House Card or High Card is out, and it's literally like just shonen with like cards that give you magical powers.
That sounds cool.
That
No,
is pretty cool.
It's like 12 episodes, and it's just like a winter anime kind of thing. And it's like, that's cool that those things are coming out because out of nowhere you get things like Spy Family and stuff where it's
Spy
like,
Family.
Yeah.
hits.
I haven't really gotten into Spy Family yet.
It hits.
well, yeah, you don't like slice of life.
No, I don't hate it.
Is that a slice of life anime?
technically?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it kind of feels that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a little actiony, like mostly slice of life.
Mostly.
But that's the
drama
thing is
filled.
like some slice of life animes have some action in it.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
yeah. I've heard it's pretty good. I thought about checking it out. I did start it one day. I think I watched like 2 episodes, but I didn't really pay attention most of the time. So I'm like, I just got to go back to that, and then
I
Go from
don't
there.
like how they're doing the whole like 2-part release thing.
that
I-
gets annoying.
On a lot of things. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything. And like Attack
like
on
on
Titan.
Attack.
I was gonna say, which leads us into our main topic
Good
of the evening.
segue.
But like it came like what was it, March 3rd?
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
the final thing is going off, and then they're like, yeah, fall 23. Here's the final part.
Here's the
The
final
part
final
of
part.
the final
And it's like-
season of the final anime. Yeah.
Why didn't you just not release it in March, and then just tell us it's coming in fall, and then we can just watch it all? Because now I guess build the hype. Because like
We gotta build the hype.
Well-
I don't know if you guys are seeing on like if you're on like algorithms for anime and shit on like social medias, but like there's a ton of people posting all of the Attack on Titan foreshadowing.
Oh,
Of, like
of how it's gonna end.
well, no, like not how it's gonna end, but like throughout the entire show.
Mm-hmm.
Like when
they're like connecting all the dots.
when
with all-
Reiner gets like caught in like a flashbang, and the flashbang animation happens, you can see the armored Titan and shit like that.
Oh no shit.
Yeah, like go like you gotta like look up like just
That's
all you
really
gotta
fucking
search.
cool.
All you gotta search is
Yeah.
Attack on Titan foreshadowing, and there's so many of them that have just like TikToks and shit of
They're
like
just
people
all
just going like
surfacing now since it's coming to an end.
right
Yeah.
and like build the
Yeah.
hype. Cool for PR. It's gonna sell well, but like
Well, dude, I think you just basically gave me my plans for the night because
it's cool. And like with any sort of like show, book, movie, video game, fan theories are the greatest thing ever.
Oh, absolutely.
And, like-
yeah.
Talking about how it's gonna end is big, but like that's the thing is I quit watching the show when it started airing around like season 2 because I just stopped caring. And then my coworker was like, "Dude, it's going off. You got to come back and watch this."
Yeah, absolutely.
I, in the course of 2 weeks, caught up,
You caught up?
and I was just like, "This is one of the greatest anime I've ever seen." Like,
He's been telling me this. He's been telling me. Riley has been telling me this since the beginning. He's the one that got me like a lot of the animes that we bring up.
I kind of forced them on you.
Yeah,
I don't
you
know.
kind of forced it on us, and I
I mean, you showed me good shit too, though.
Yeah, I
you
showed
showed me Black Clover, and I'll never fucking thank you enough for that.
another anime that I watched like 6 episodes of randomly like 4 years ago. Didn't care.
You gotta watch
And then-
it, man.
And then like a year ago, I finished the last episode, and I was like, "There's got to be more.
There's gotta
Yeah.
be
There's
more.
got to be more."
It
Like,
on
doesn't
a-
end like this,
yeah.
man. It
We're on a
ends.
hiatus right now. There's a movie coming out
It
in
ends
Japan
so
in like
shitty,
a
man.
year or two. I don't know if it's a canon movie, but
You're not gonna like how this show ends.
basically, not to get too off the topic, but basically the author put out a release saying that he wasn't going to animate any more Black Clover until he was 150 chapters ahead in the manga from the show.
Holy
I
fuck.
respect that though.
So it's going to be a while until it actually comes, like probably 2025, 2026.
I respect that though, because I think that'll do the story better. Like it'll serve the whole story better.
They've done a fantastic job of just the world building in that show. Honestly,
It
like
is
incredible.
at first glance, like
It
I
is.
wanted to completely denounce it. Like he was like pushing me. Well, Tyler was pushing me to like, dude, just watch till like episode 20. I promise you'll love it. And I kind of just powered through it one day, and I'm like,
I tell
okay, this is
everybody.
getting fucking good. And then like next arc, all right, this is really getting fucking good. And just so on and so on and
Dude,
so
the
on.
fight animations in that too.
Oh, yeah.
Insane.
The
Like,
first time they bring out Devil version Asta and they break into like a completely different anime style out of nowhere, you're like, holy fuck, this is amazing.
it was funny because I was watching and I was like, that's where all the budget in the animation went. In this
Right
episode.
here,
Like,
right
seriously,
fucking
dude,
here.
Like
Seriously.
they're doing it.
Dude, the first time they fight like the main devil in the main arc, like when all of that's coming to an end, I was just like, I don't know if like it gets better than this. Like I haven't fucking
It has
watched a
to.
show like this in so long that I'm just like fucking in love with. Like it's so good. Like
Well, I mean, like they did that with Attack on Titan too, though. Is like they pulled you in of this whole mystery of like
What's this
in
about?
the walls and everything. That's the thing is, my coworker was just like, dude, they're on an island. And I immediately, like, in my head, I was talking about fan theories. I was like, what does that imply?
There's a
I
world.
gotta watch it. I gotta watch
Yeah.
it. I gotta be current. And
There's a whole world outside of this island.
yeah,
yes.
And like the way they set it up, it's like the last bit. It's like almost Terminator like. The last bit of humanity is within these walls, and just these giants on the outside are fucking these walls up, and they're coming, baby.
Yeah, don't leave the walls because there's nothing but giants outside of them that will literally fucking eat you at a moment's notice. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off here. Hang on. I'm sorry, dude. I'm really stoned. What's your name again?
My name's
Evan.
Evan. Okay, I almost said Aaron, but all right.
I would have answered.
Fuck it. This is Aaron. Just met this guy like 30 minutes ago. He seems all right. With that being said, we now are here to introduce you into another rendition of And Now I Mention Everything. I am your fucked up host, Riley Wallen. I'm going to roll with it.
I am your fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
Today we have a guest in the house. His name is Evan from a local band here in Dubuque called Tamara. Be sure to check them out on all their socials. Listen to some of their tracks. I hear there's an EP in the works. I think you mentioned earlier.
No set release date. But
No set release date.
Hey,
it's cool, man. My band's had.
We are playing the new material now, though. Like, you can come see some new songs.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
You guys have any shows coming up?
April 14th at the Smokestack in Dubuque with Source.
Hey, so the Smokestack is my favorite bar in this town. If you like a good drink and a nice chill environment with 3 stores, you can just kind of get away from everybody if you want to at one point in time and just check out the beautiful views of Dubuque. Come on down to the Smokestack, April 14th.
April 14th.
To catch Tamara and the Source.
Hell fucking yeah. All right, so let's get into our topic, Riley.
Oh, man, you're going to jump right into it. I was about to start talking about the Source and the first time I saw them, which was actually 4 years ago today.
Here?
Yes, the first time I ever came to Dubuque.
They're playing at the same time? Or like the...
No. Today's the anniversary of me seeing them for the first time.
They're coming to the April 14th.
I know. I was just saying. I was trying to have a memento, you fuck.
I was just trying to put 2 and 2 together, man. I didn't know.
No, I was just
You're
saying, like, hey, speaking of the Source, this has been
4
like
years ago today since I've seen him. I
first
thought
time
you were
I
gonna
saw
like
him.
make an STD joke. I thought it was sores.
no.
It's been 4 years since I felt the sores.
You need to get your head out of the fucking gutter.
I'm working on
and
it.
into the studio, sir. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about something that we've hinted at for a very, 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 very long fucking time since we started this wonderful show. We are going to be talking about the one and only prolific, because I have to say that at least one episode, Attack on Titan. And Tyler here is kind of like a virgin to Attack on Titan. Like, he's gotten to like third base with it. Like, he's stuck his hand down her pants.
And it just diddled a little bit.
Just diddled a little bit. And, you know, he's just
got
a
nervous
little
and
taste.
scared and pulled out and ran home.
Basically, yeah. He tapped out when things got rough.
Yeah. You know, what's really crazy about the show is that you can't, like, get connected to anybody because within the first, like, from what I've seen, the first, like, 3 episodes, the main character gets eaten, and you're like, what is going on?
But that's what made it so good, honestly. I was kind of into Attack on Titan when it came out, and I just didn't give a shit at the time. But then when I came back to it a few years ago and watched those first few episodes, like, my brain just kind of, like, broke in fucking two. Like, when, like, the Titan just, like,
it
you
moves
saw...
fast, man. Like,
it did.
From the moment it happens, it starts out real peaceful, and then real quick, it's just like, hey, we're going to kill everybody all the time in every episode.
Get used to it.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, like, these are going to be dope people, dope characters. You're going to fall in love with them. You're going to hope for them to succeed and triumph over everything, and then they'll just get fucked up in the next
Some of them you're going to
like,
watch die a few times and then come back. It's kind of part of the show. Like,
I didn't my brain broke when it happened because like you don't really you weren't expecting it. Like as like Eren Yeager, you see these scouts and they're like doing all this training and they're a part of this army and there's a whole squad of them and like the Titans come in to the wall and it's like, oh shit, here it's gonna get crazy. Eren's gonna just fuck him up and it, like have some prolific moment where he's just Ninja Gaiden it, you know, just fucking him up. And that didn't happen.
not at all, because he was just like
they all fucking died, man.
Yeah, he was just like a naive teenager at that point.
I really like they broke the mold that I really like that they broke the mold with the whole main character thing, where they're either like weak and like kind of whiny all the time,
Yeah.
or they're just like arrogant assholes. And there was like really no in between. That's just like a thing in like a lot of shonen anime.
And then there was Aaron, who was both.
Right, where it was just like, but he also like throughout the entire series, like
He progressed as time went on.
Are we doing spoilers?
Yeah, we can do
Oh,
spoilers.
absolutely.
So he literally went
This
from like
show's
a
been out for a
whiny
while.
bitch to committing genocide.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
And it's, I know that seems like quite a jump, but like 3 seasons in, man, it makes sense. And like, I'm not defending it, but like, I get it.
There's definitely two sides to that coin. Like I've seen people that are like, you know what, I'm totally team Aaron, and then the other half is just like, no,
What the fuck is he doing?
I'm team not murder the whole world.
So I think the dynamic character flip in this anime with Eren Yeager is what makes it so fucking awesome. To hear about this character being so hell-bent on destroying the Titans, and that's the only thing he's focused on. It murdered his mom. He's going to tear down, like, it tore down his hometown. It fucked up everything he loved and everybody he knew, and he's going to get revenge. That's the main premise of this character. And then it's like, boom, I found out the past. I know what I am. I'm killing everybody, and I'm taking them all with me, man.
It's really weird because it's like almost like be careful what you wish for in a certain aspect, because all Aaron wanted to do was just see the sea in the outside world. And then he found out the truth about the outside world, and it kind of just came crashing down on him. And then he flipped the script and was just like, I'm just going to fucking murder the whole world now. Because like before I just wanted to be a part of it. Now, fuck that. Like,
Well,
they're all
there's
wrong.
there's like a scene when he starts the whole rumbling thing, where it's like him as a kid in his mind, and he's just like floating in the clouds, like saying like he's free. You read the manga, right?
Yeah, I'm done with it.
So you know the difference between that panel and what they did in the anime? Because I didn't read the
Maybe.
manga, so this is just based off of what somebody told me. But in the panel in the manga, he's in the air, but it's like the steam from all the colossal titans that are like doing the rumbling, you know? They're all like steam.
Yeah.
It's that in the manga, and then in the anime, it's literally just like white, like blue sky clouds,
Yeah.
and it's like painting the whole like he's delusional thing,
He's just
I
lost
see.
his goddamn mind.
Yeah.
right? And like that's the thing is like.
It's kind of unfair. But
He
I
went
get
from
it.
he went from being this weak, like pretty much before he found out that he was a Titan, like child, to delusional genocidal maniac.
Yeah.
And
I like how he's able to pull a group together that's also, once they find out the truth, is also down this path. So it's not like he's just the one committing mass genocide. He's got like a purpose, and there's like a clan behind him that like also know how fucked everything
They're called
is.
the Jaegerists.
so you're defending him, right?
I absolutely am.
That's
Is
what
that
it sounds
you're doing
like.
right
I
now? It's like, yo,
absolutely
dude,
am.
that sounds a lot like the Nazi party. Dog. I'm not gonna
Just a
lie.
little bit.
Not gonna lie.
Just a skosh.
Ah, man. I
And like
just,
that's the thing is like it's such a direct comparison, like to Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler.
yep.
Yeah, because
And-
it's like the 19th century when
Yep.
all
This
this
Right,
is
goes on,
Industrial
too.
Revolution.
Right,
That's
it's
what
the
we're at.
same era and everything, but it's like it's weird because you're like watching and you're like they told the story better.
Yeah.
So this makes sense, but like it doesn't because it's genocide. You
So-
shouldn't support it, dude.
Okay,
Like,
so the reason why I support him is because if for an anime character and for an anime perspective, I think it makes for an interesting story.
valid.
So, do I support destroying the entire world from a TV show? No, absolutely not. I don't want to commit mass perjury of human lives. But as an anime perspective, from a watcher's perspective, I think having that perspective of an anime character, seeing how and why everything is so fucked up, and him being like, I've just had enough. I've got enough power. Let me just start the fuck over. That's a pretty
Like that's the thing is,
good, solid
I
storyline.
I get it, and that's why the show's great. Is it's that huge moral dilemma of do I agree with the fact? Do I agree with genocide as the answer? That's really what that's really what they're asking you.
No.
And the fact that they took us on the journey, like we were talking about right away, people are dying. You get attached to these people, and then right away
Yeah.
they're gone.
And I feel like you said earlier, they kind of like use the show, like they use that to kind of break the mold of the tone of the show. Like this isn't some lightheart fucking story. Like, no, this is gonna like break you down and build you back up the whole way.
They even did that with like the whole like training that you were talking about in the first couple episodes when they actually like join up.
Yeah,
And
and
he
they like, join
realizes-
the scouts and they train. They get hazed like pretty fucking hard.
Well,
Levi
right, but it's like
beats the shit out of Aaron.
They do the whole like there's those parts, but they do the whole like fun training montage with my like friends, and then they end that with like a Titan attacking and murdering like half of their fucking class, man. Like
It's like, oh, why I really like this character because he's giving it his all. Turns out his belt's broken and he's going to be better than the rest because he's able to actually work a broken belt.
Right.
And it's like, you know what? This character, he's got something in him. He's going to be great. And Levi sees it and he's like, I see you being something special. And then, like Evan said, boom, first episode. Titans are there. Everyone's dead.
Yep, pretty much.
dude, that scene with Petra when Levi comes back from the scouting. You brought up Levi. That dude's
He's such a fucking savage,
he's
dude.
such a badass. And like at the one.
Something about the Ackermans, man. Like they're fucking savage, like just in their own right.
Yeah, that whole like they have to obey the founding Titan.
Yeah.
Is weird though. Like when they said that, I didn't really I was like, okay.
I didn't either.
I guess that's
the
the reason why Mikasa's just still around with this kid who kind of sucks. Like,
yeah.
But like, Levi's dope, but I think Erwin's a better character because I think it stands for like humanity's ideals.
He definitely was like the model, like leader of the scout regiment. Like that guy was a bona fide badass, and he went out in a fucking like Braveheart blaze of glory. Honestly, like,
well, that, but also when he lost his arm,
yeah,
like just screaming charge, and then like he gets just
He's
fucked
the whole
up
arm.
completely.
just gets mollywopped, dude. Like, dude, and then to follow that, like, to kind of get back to Levi, the fight with him and the Beast Titan, like the first big fight.
The fight,
Holy
the whole
fuck,
grudge,
dude! Like, that shit was fucking mind blowing. Like, I had to like rewind it a few times and go back and watch it. Like, I was just like, that was so fucking like just insane.
Also, the ODM gear really gives them like this whole like 3-dimensional like fight space to do fights in.
Yeah.
And they could use a fucking dope shit with that. Like,
and they have, man. They really have. That's another great thing about the show is just like the animation all around. And it's changed hands like throughout the seasons too, and it's still held up. It's awesome.
Yeah, when they changed hands, I thought the animation style would go down, and it's only gotten better. But it's also Mappa.
Yeah.
Mappa took over for the last season, and I didn't see that much of a difference between animations.
You like I was watching them. Like I said, I quit watching it, and then I just kind of like caught up because somebody told me it was great. Mm-hmm. So I watched it all at once, and I didn't notice.
It was kind of the same
you,
for me.
I
honestly.
found that out when you sent me that today, and I read that, and I was like, "Is Switch Animation Studios?" And
I kind of
couldn't
did
even
too.
tell.
Not gonna lie, when I saw that in your notes, I was like, "Oh shit!" I thought it was Mappa the whole time, but okay. Because I kind of did the same thing. Like when I found it, like I just binged it until like the end of season 3.
So I know we're gonna get into this later, but I don't actually dive into it with my notes. WAT Studios, the reason why they took on Attack on Titan was because of Hajimi's background with Attack on Titan. Because when he was 22, he submitted it for awards, and it just kept getting awards. Like, he won 7 awards before he even moved to Tokyo. And then he moved to Tokyo, and he's like, well, I've got this prolific anime. I might as well submit it to the big guys. And how you do that is you get to the town. Like, actors who want to be actors, they move to LA.
Yep.
Right.
So animators who want to be mangakas, they go to Tokyo. So they go to Tokyo, and he gets his bullshit job, and he just works on this fucking anime that has already a great backbone. So he submits it to WAT Studios. I think it's Watt Studios. I'm not 100% sure. But he submits it, and the reason why they take it on, because they're such a new up-and-coming studio, they wanted a big name to pour all their funds into. They poured all their funds into, and then it became an issue because they were like, now we're broke for everything else. What are we going to do? So that's why. And then Mappa, who took on JJK, Chainsaw Man,
Tons
and,
of other shit.
yeah,
Dude, the animation in
tons.
Chainsaw Man's amazing.
Exactly. Mappa Studios fucking slaps.
I guess that's why the last studio's out. All right, we'll just copy their style to make sure it's congruent.
More or less, yeah.
Mhm.
That's,
we
the
talked about
formula
that.
worked
Yeah.
perfectly.
We
I have
talked
no complaints.
We talked about that with Chainsaw Man. Is the way they did the animation for it. I mean, it was just like enough of like normal regular animation between the Dragon Ball Z Extreme, too much CGI. So the way Mappa did things and the way Watt did things, I think they were able to do like a solid blend. And
It was a smooth transition.
You couldn't see a crack in
Yeah.
it. You just next.
Like I said, I had noticed no difference in it. Like when I saw that in your notes, I was like, oh, okay, well that makes sense because I thought Mappa just made them the whole time because it was really fucking big when it came out, like back in the day.
Well, dude, I remember my first experience with it was like that was like one of like Netflix's like first anime.
Yeah,
like when
it was.
when they were like, we're putting anime on here, we're gonna have dope stuff, we're gonna have the new stuff that's airing over there, we're getting the rights to it, and we're putting it on there. I watched the first season and showed my friends, and they were like, "This is fucking insane," and I was like, "Yeah, it's great." Season 2 happened. Very important for the story, dude. 26 episodes. I just rewatched it, and you gotta fucking power through it, dude.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
Half of those
like,
episodes, they're sitting in trees and shit. And
Yeah,
like,
dude, like-
like it's.
It's like I get that's how.
But it's good for the story. Like,
Right.
It really is good shit for the story. Like, if you care enough, like, you will, like, watch and actually pay attention. You know what I mean?
So-
like, I'm sure you did. I mean, it's like, you know, some shows, they're not all high points, you know?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's got to be some filler episodes, but like,
Yeah.
there really isn't though.
No,
Like,
not for the most part.
because even when there is filler, it's like one episode, but there's like actual like a lot of character development that happened right there for like this.
Yeah. It's
thing
all
that's not
world and
related.
like, story building and shit like that.
And that's important for the show itself. Like
It is.
to be honest, like as we continue this episode talk, like I need to let the listeners know that I only watched the first season. I got through half of season 2, and then I stopped because I understood that season 3 had just gotten finished, and it was going to be another year or two before season 4 and 4.5 was probably going to drop because, like we said earlier, anime is doing the Marvel superhero bullshit follow.
hate
We're
it,
gonna
dude.
get as much
Yeah.
money out of this as we humanly
We're
possibly
going to build up
can.
as much hype as we possibly can.
Ugh.
And, yeah.
Like I said, why would you release it on March 3rd and then make me wait at least 6 months?
I had the same thought, dude. I was like, I don't even want to watch it now. Like, I already know how this ends.
He
Like,
cheated. He cheated. I gotta let you know
Yeah.
right now. He cheated. But we
I-
already talked about this. He read the manga.
yeah, I got
he
sick of
would
fucking
not.
waiting. I got sick of...
So that's the thing though. Is you remember when dude was talking about like, yo, I'm not making more of this anime until
Yeah,
I'm like 100.
yeah.
That's why. Because then it's like
Yeah.
it's been out. You
But
could have
I
done
gotta
that's
watch
o-
it. I
that's
gotta
okay
I gotta
though,
figure
dude.
out the
You
end
know why?
somehow.
Because I get the best of both worlds. I get to read it and know how it happens, and then I get to see how they like transcribe it into an actual show.
The only
And
reason
the
why
both are good. It's just like if I could watch it back to back, like I can read the manga, it'd be even better.
So the only reason why I say he cheated in this situation is because he made a vow that he was not really much of a vow.
I mean, yeah, you're right.
You're like, I am not gonna watch, or I'm not gonna read the manga. I'm not gonna read the fucking manga. I'm gonna wait and see how it ends. Like, I'm not gonna fucking read it. And then, like this, 2 summers ago, you were like, dude, I heard it's getting broken up into 2 seasons. Fuck this. I'm gonna read it.
Dude, they
Yeah,
just
pretty
be doing
much.
this now, and it's the most annoying shit ever. Like, just
Well-
give me a 4-hour long episode where you
Yeah.
just put a nice bow and everything. Just
Well,
for
that's
me.
the
Like,
thing too. Is that for a while they were talking about making a movie out of the whole ending, and what's fucked, dude, is like literally since part 2 of season 4 has ended, the rest is literally like 9 to 10 chapters of content. That's just how far they're taking the time to stretch things out and animate it, and add more shit in, and it's just kind of obnoxious at that point because it's like, dude, just fucking end it. The ending's been out for like 3
nah,
years.
they want
Like,
the
come
money.
on.
They want the money.
Oh yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like I also did just finish Demon Slayer manga recently too. Like the timeline where they're at, like it about adds up, which is also made by the same studio. So
Mappa.
yeah, so I can kind of
You
see
know, that
like
makes sense now that you say that.
no, literally, like it's like I think the ending for Demon Slayer came out last year, like early last year, and now we're just getting into the third arc. There's 2 arcs after that. It'll probably be over by 2026, I'm guessing.
Evan, Riley, as the people in my vicinity listening to me say this right now, if they split up the last season of Demon Slayer like they're doing for, I'll have a riot, dude. I'll burn fucking buildings down.
I'll put $5 on it, dog. I know.
I mean, it's probably gonna happen.
Like, I'm not willing to risk it all, but like, I'm pretty confident they're gonna do that. Like,
dude, but honestly,
it works.
Oh yeah,
It's
it pisses us off.
just
but it
reading the
works.
manga. It would be fucking fantastic because, dude,
Dad,
that ending for Demon Slayer was perfect. Like, just the last 2 arcs, or the last 3 arcs were just fucking phenomenal.
I haven't watched the second arc.
It's
really?
I just rewatched
plan
it a
on
couple
but
weeks ago.
I know that there's more coming, so I'm kind of just like, this is where I'm at with Shonen, where like I don't.
Now would be like the perfect time to watch it because it's
Okay.
getting ready to come back out.
Yeah,
And-
season 3, so you would have
Yeah.
all of season 2 and 3 to go
And
through.
I
but-
recently just rewatched season 2 a few weeks ago, just back to back,
It's really good.
and it.
Well, isn't
oh,
season 2
man.
just Mugen Train?
No,
no,
that's
that's a
they
filler.
they kind of
movie.
added that just to like fill space. Like
Okay.
they
So,
split
like,
up
you
the
have
movie
to-
into like 7
Because I've
episodes.
seen the first season in Mugen Train.
So like
Okay,
that
so-
like explains what happens to Rengoku because season 2 goes right into the death of Rengoku,
Yeah,
and then it goes straight into the next
the
Hashira.
entertainment
Entertainment
district
arc.
arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
And that one's pretty good. The fucking
Ew.
Mantis, the twin fight for the upper 6.
I won't say anything.
I'm not going to.
We're not going to
'cause
spoil
you got-
Demon Slayer on this
It's
episode.
so fucking hard not to. Everybody who listens to
Attack
the
on
show.
Titan
That's
shows
right, we're
up.
only going to spoil Attack on
Demon
Titan.
Slayer spoilers.
Well, Attack on Titan's not fucking finished yet, so like.
Yeah, it is. It has been.
The
He's talking about the manga.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
See,
anime
it's
itself.
funny because like I've been sitting over here kind of complaining. I don't read manga at all, dude. Like I tried to when I was in high school. It was too expensive then. I don't have the space for it. I don't
Oh,
have the time.
dude, I could give
Get
you the
fucking
hookup on
whole
that.
If I
shelf.
do, I'm just gonna download it.
Mangasi123.com. It literally has like everything on there.
Fair,
And it's perfect.
fair.
I've literally
But
spent like days on there.
since you've been
I've read,
talking
like,
about it, I
80
was like, damn
chapters.
dog, maybe I should just go like read the end of Attack on Titan.
Dude,
Just, like,
you
fuck
should.
this.
Honestly, like,
I'm not gonna give them the satisfaction of like doing this to me. Like,
man,
we'll do it to build hype.
No,
it's
you won't.
not. I hate to say it, but it's not really worth it. Now, there's 2 sides of that coin, though.
That makes me feel like the ending's bad.
Like the
Yeah.
ending it's not bad at all. It's really not. It's what you would expect it to be. Because if you've been watching the show and you've been following up on everything, you can, if you use your brain, you can kind of like predict where things are going to go. And I'm saying that in like a condescending way or anything like that.
Is there gonna be a big speech about friendship and love?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's definitely
Dude, I
not.
totally thought that's where this was gonna go. That's
No.
how they're gonna stop the
No,
genocide.
it's not going to be like Yu-Gi-Oh or anything.
But Aaron,
like
we
that.
love you. You're right.
Oh, you know what? I quit.
I
You're
mean,
right.
there's kind of a moment like that where they're like, dude, we love you, we care about you. He's just like, I don't give a fuck, I'm still murdering everybody. Like, pretty much. Which
Well,
that
I
was
mean,
kind
shit,
of
dude,
it.
They tried to do that already.
Yeah.
like-
they just kind of like keep doing that until they can't.
And that's
Let me
why
just,
it's
like-
annoying that they cut it into 2 parts because the first part ends on them like going to do that again. Like,
Yeah,
it's just,
that's
like,
kind of how they ended the last part too. Is like he was invading, or like the rumbling was invading another country, and then that. Okay, so this is my one bitch for Attack on Titan, is that they introduce the 2 kid characters from Eldia, I believe. Like
Oh, yeah.
the little girl and the little blonde boy that's related to Reiner or whatever. Like, even in the manga, like, they just emphasize on them a lot towards the end. And, like, in my opinion, they do not fucking matter, like, whatsoever.
Well, I mean that little dude's the jaw now,
yeah, he becomes a Jaw Titan, and he's badass.
which is I was gonna say the dopest
but, like,
of all
does
the
that really
Titans. Like,
apply to the ending? Not that fucking much. Like, it really doesn't.
No, but it kind of like. I think their characters are important because I think it's the whole Reiner and Annie situation where like
It is,
like
yeah.
everybody's all like friends with Annie and everything, but like that scene when they almost caught the female Titan
Yeah.
and she murdered all of their fucking friends.
Yeah,
she
dude.
did that. That was her. We didn't know at the time that was her, but that was her.
Yeah.
how she did Petra in, like literally just murdered that like new scout that was like obsessed with Levi, and then they came back and Levi had to walk into the town where the girl's dad came up, talking about her, dude. Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Annie did that. That was Annie.
Yeah.
See, it kind of makes me want to like. I'm gonna wait until it's finally out to finish it. I'm gonna wait. I'm totally 100% cool with spoilers. I do not give a fuck.
I will say this much:
I'm
Annie
ready for
definitely like redeems herself at the end. Like there's a moment like you saw in the latest installment where she bitches out, but she comes back and. Dude, okay.
Dude, she's such a wet noodle about it, though, man.
Yeah, she is. She definitely is. But this is a spoiler I'm going to give. I'm not going to spoil the ending of the episode or the series for this episode because I want people to see it on their own or find out about it on their own. But I will say, like, one big part of the end is all the fucking main Titans you've seen, the main 8, they all fight against Eren at the end.
Let's go ahead and
They
name
fight,
off these
literally,
Titans.
they fight on Eren, actually.
No, yeah, I mean, Colossal Titan.
Yeah,
we got Colossal Titan, we got Female Titan, we've got Attack Titan, we've got
the Armored Titan,
Armored Titan, Jaw Titan, Cart Titan,
the Beast Titan,
Beast Titan, and Colossal. Did I already name him twice?
Colossal was first.
Yeah,
okay.
You said the Colossal first.
So who's the last one then?
Did you say the Female Titan?
I did.
Ooh.
Fuck.
I mean, Ymir's technically a Titan too. I don't know if it's one of the main 8 though.
So Cart, Armor, Female, Attack, Founder, Warhammer, they're all the same.
Founder.
Colossal.
We didn't say Warhammer.
No, we didn't
Beast.
say Warhammer. Warhammer is the only one we didn't say.
Dude, Warhammer Titan was so badass. Not gonna fucking lie.
Yeah, no. When they introduced her, I was like, "Yo, this is insane."
Yeah.
Like this seems kind of overpowered. And then when he got the power, I was like,
yeah.
OP. Like,
yeah, no stopping him now. Ain't
but can he
happening.
beat Goku?
Yeah.
He's literally at that point, like he might be able to.
So I got to ask you guys something. So you roughly have about 14 years to live once you accept being a Titan.
The answer is yes, I would do it.
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
Yeah? Even if you only have 14 years to live?
Oh, absolutely. I'm going out with a bang.
All right. So, like, are we talking
yeah.
like in society we live in right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now.
Being a Titan in this society?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, I wouldn't do it.
You would have kaiju abilities.
Kaiju or Titan abilities? Because Titans definitely aren't as big as Kaijus.
If I had Kaiju abilities, fuck yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I'll be Godzilla. I'll be fucking King Ghidorah. Like, sign me up.
I just actually found out that the Colossal Titan isn't even as big as a football field. So, like, it kind of puts the walls into perspective.
Well, there's 2 different Colossal Titans.
Yeah, that was actually the thing in the writing where you were bitching about that earlier, but I was just like, if there's 9 Titans, where did all the Titans in the wall come from?
So there's a story behind that.
Like did they cover that?
Yeah, it was in the show. It was in the manga. So this goes into like some deep Attack on Titan lore that I don't want to tell Tyler, but I'm going to tell him anyways.
Do it.
Because this is like one of those things that you were talking about earlier with foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Everything comes full circle. So in Eldia, I believe the city where like a lot of the enemies of the show are, like where Reiner, where Bertolt, and where Annie are from, they like excommunicated the Titans from society and put them on that island with the 3 walls.
For good fucking reason.
For good reason, okay? So when they would find people basically committing crimes in Eldia and stuff like that, they would give them a quote-unquote death sentence, and that was basically they were turned into a fucking Titan and put on this island.
Right. So I remember that. I know that. And then the original like founding Titan turned a bunch of them into the walls. The whole thing about how there's 9 Titans, like we just listed them all, and that's like the 9 Titans, but there's more than 9 Titans. And the ones in the wall are bigger Colossal Titans. So if they're bigger Colossal Titans, that's not the Colossal Titan. It's my only complaint about the entire series.
I see what you're saying.
It's so petty. It's just annoying as hell.
My thought process was the Colossal Titan was the Colossal Titan of the Colossal Titans.
So they never
without considering the founding titan, because the founding titan's fucking huge. And that's understandable.
And one of the founding is the colossal. So and that's an
What?
interesting thing too, is they never really delve into the show 100% as why the walls are made up of colossal titans or why there's more than one colossal titan. It's really weird. Like I don't remember any of like a deep explanation for that personally.
It definitely would have been in season 3.
Yeah,
because that's when they were finding out all of.
Maybe
the shit
I just have to go back and like, because I know they explain why the wall was molded of the Titans, but they don't really explain like the exact origin of them per se. One thing I will say though, that I was kind of talking about is how the method they use to like put Titans on that island by turning people into them. So a big plot in the show, which you haven't seen yet, is Aaron's dad and his original wife are from Eldia. And Eldon is a scientist. Aaron's dad is a scientist studying the Titans. Well, they become basically like, what's a good word to say for this? Like they basically become spies for Eldia, and they have a whole group that's dedicated to like bringing down the country and like so they can discover more info about the Titans and shit like that.
They're trying to steal the founding titan.
Basically, yeah. And so basically they get found because they have a guy that's called an owl that's like a part of the government that's also with them. Well, Aaron's dad's punishment for that is they first kill his fucking wife. They push her over the wall and turn her into a titan. And then you find out that the guy that just did that to his wife is the spy for their group. And then he turns into a fucking titan. He turns into the attack titan, actually, and destroys like the whole like Eldia armed forces that's at the wall and everything.
That's true.
And then he kills himself and makes Aaron's dad eat him to become the attack titan. So, with all of that being said,
that was a dope couple episodes.
It was fucking insane. Like it turned the whole show on its side. It literally did. And then what you find out, how that circle back to the beginning of the show, is that...
Oh, you're going to spoil it.
Oh, yeah. I am. Okay. I want to tell him.
That's why I was laughing over here, and I was just like, I wonder if he's going to actually tell him about this. Like,
yeah. I want him to know, because I've never told you about this. I want to see.
He's beat around the bush because he's like, you're gonna watch it. I know you're gonna watch it.
You're gonna watch it, and then you're gonna be like,
the scene that he's about to talk about.
That fucking makes sense.
The scene he's about to talk about, or what I think he's about to talk about, you've already seen. You've seen the scene. Like you've already seen that. It's in the first 3 episodes.
Aaron's mom gets turned into a Titan.
Okay.
Who you also find out is Zeke's mom, who was Aaron's brother, the Beast Titan.
Yes.
So basically, the Titan that you see Aaron get killed by in the 2nd or 3rd episode is his dad's original wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Like you've already seen that.
Like they show you like when she becomes a Titan in that episode, and you're like, holy fuck, it's her that fucking did it. Like
so she also did in their mom too.
So there's a lot of like backtrack with this anime.
Yeah, like he said, there's foreshadowing.
Like it's one of those things where like if you go back and rewatch the show, and I think that's why I kind of appreciate the fact that I had to like rewatch it all at once, because when it's still fresh in your mind and it's not from 2013, 10 years ago, you remember those scenes of like, holy shit, dude, that's like when I started rewatching it, I knew Reiner was the Armored Titan.
Yeah.
Really?
There's a scene where
he's like, oh fuck, I didn't know that. Yeah, dude.
Did you not know that?
No.
You want me to spoil some more for you?
No.
Okay.
This is the issue with you not seeing it though, because
because there's a lot to talk about. Like there's a lot of fuckery.
There's a scene that you probably haven't seen yet, so just look for it because you'll watch it, where it'll be like a flash on Reiner, and when the flash effect goes over his face, it's the Armored Titan. Like they foreshadow that in front of you like a season before you find out.
What mindfuckery are these people?
It's like the continuity between it and the fact that they can just like. Sometimes I'm wondering if they're just doing it on an accident and they're just fucking hitting, dude. Like, but like a lot of the times it's like They knew the end of this when they started it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's written so well because of that.
And like Oda, like the dude who writes for One Piece, I know this is a little bit off topic, but the guy who writes for One Piece, he's had the ending like since the beginning.
Yeah, and he just fucking told us
Fills
that
all that shit.
he
dude.
just told us the story's just now starting. Like,
Yeah, like so the fact that they did some kind of Inception type of shit to your brain while you're watching, that's not by accident. There's no way that's by accident.
Oh no, it was planned.
There's no way that they're just like, oh yeah,
it was
here's
meant
this.
to happen. It came full circle.
Yeah, it's just
Fuck,
it's
man, are you
executed
fucking
so
But then,
serious?
like, you see that through the other, like, the last few seasons too. Is like a lot of things. It's almost like Back to the Future. Like a lot of things are premeditated because that's how they were meant to be.
Okay,
Like
I get what
you
you're
know,
saying.
like with Aaron's dad, and like when he, you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
Like there was a lot of dominoes here hitting each other, and
exactly.
it literally all.
Yeah,
The prophecy of the rumbling happening was always gonna happen.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was just to the extent at what it was.
So, do you think there's any kind of like, not really foreshadowing, but like resemblance to this show to real life? I mean, you've already said
Oh,
it
you're
was
getting
like,
real deep with it.
Well, I mean, like other than the fact that like Eldians literally have to wear like yellow bands.
Yeah,
And
it's,
So
it's
it
like
is- so
live
it
in
is-
ghettos.
it is
and stuff.
very- it is very World War II esque.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
the time
yeah.
period, but like at the same time, it's that the moral dilemma of like, if you watch it, you agree with Aaron. Like if you're watching the story, you're like, yeah, this makes sense. It's either we have to all die as like Titans or as Eldians or possible Titans, or everybody else dies.
Jesus
And
Christ.
and I am not gonna kill my friends and loved ones. Instead, I will become a monster to protect them.
yeah.
Which-
I'll become the monster for them because I know they can't bear it.
Right,
type
which
shit.
is Matt, and you kind of get that when he was getting that kid on the mainland to like do all of his like.
Yeah, and then he just fucking dies.
See, you haven't seen this, dog, and I'm just like,
You'll forget about.
you're
you'll
gonna forget about that
by the
but,
time.
oh
you see
yeah.
it.
no,
No, because it's gonna
the
take
thing-
you a while
the
to get to
thing-
that
yeah, the
point.
thing
Oh,
is,
yo,
is
no,
it's-
there's like so many like details in the show that I'm not gonna remember any of the shit when it
but
happens.
dude, like that's the thing is like just pay attention to everything
Oh yeah.
because literally just minor like one-off lines that they say come back in like a massive like plot device way where it's just like I don't know how it was relevant that like
This all came together. at
this
some point.
this one kid was trying to save the country and turns out he's helping a literal fucking terrorist. Like, turns out he's the reason 400,000 Marleyans died. Like,
Yeah, basically.
So what is your favorite part about this show? About this whole anime? Before we get into like the details of the animator, before we get into the details of the show, like what is your favorite part about Attack on Titan?
Like favorite part or favorite scene?
favorite scene, favorite part. It could be like the whole like darkness shadows the show and slowly you see the light type of thing. The information slowly comes out and you have to put pieces together. Anything. It could be anything about the show. Riley, what is your favorite part?
Fuck.
Haven't you got one?
I
already
definitely I've got a few. I got to think about it for a second because I don't want to be cliche
go.
with. I don't want to be. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
so like, my biggest thing with this is one, standard shonen anime. Like, it's action packed. It's great. But the whole expression of like the human spirit of like survival, and like not being confined to like the walls, and like we're gonna send the scout regime out, and we're gonna lose 90% of it every time we fucking do it, but we're still gonna do it because that's what we have to do to survive. That expression is really great. That's why the last season gets kind of weird for me because it stopped being about that, and now it's like, yeah, I guess it's survival still, but like, aren't you guys just terrorists? Like, isn't that all this is? Like, but like, survival still, I guess. But like, it's that human, like that scene with Irwin that I was talking about. Just the sheer, like, that's the human spirit, pure and form. Like,
Dude, I hate to say it, but that scene was basically like Operation Human Shield at that point.
Yeah.
Like, They definitely did not have the advantage, and they did not have the
That's
dog in
like-
that
But
fight.
that's the thing is like they showed
still
up
try.
knowing they're gonna
Yeah.
take the L and still
Exactly.
did it. And it's like
yeah,
still
yeah.
try.
That's why it's good. I agree 100%. Like,
It's kind of like the story of the 300,
Yeah.
man. They show up. They know they're
Yeah.
they know
Yeah.
they have limited
they
time.
know their purpose.
odds are
but-
stacked against them.
Let's
but-
fucking go.
right.
Exactly.
And like it really just personifies that very well for me. And then also like just the literal character development for all of them, everyone that survived. Like anybody who made it to the last season and was still alive, just seeing them when they're first introduced and then the moment they're dying, like the amount of change that character has gone through, all of them, even the side characters, is kind of crazy how they were able to write that.
Fucking love a good
'cause
character.
people are
development.
just dropping like every episode most of the time, like especially in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't really get attached to a lot of the scouts or anything like that.
You get attached to a couple of them, and then like once that first couple episodes happen, and you're like, all right, nobody's here for a long time. They're just here for a good time.
They're not even
Yeah,
here for
more or
oh my
less.
god, have you seen
Yeah.
those guys? Have you seen those Scott expeditions? They ain't here for good
Yeah.
times either. Like that's
I
the
don't,
thing is
I don't
like
think dying the way they do is a good time.
But
Like,
that's
it's
just
Ripped in
fucking
another
half,
point.
step-
Is
stepped
that-
on, shoot up.
they know that is what awaits for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they just enlist in the scouts. And like it's kind of commendable, but like I'm not going to enlist in the military
No.
myself.
No.
I could never. So
not,
it's nice
not to die
like
like that.
No.
at
right.
least.
It's nice to see that and like feel that and be like, yeah, for humanity.
You doing it for us?
Like Aaron took it to the extreme, man. He was always going to be that way. Foreshadowing again, he was always going to be that way. That's who he was. Was he joined the Scott expedition knowing that it's stacked against him?
that was his dream. That was his.
Well,
dream.
he got his answers all right. Like I just
He
need,
definitely
I just need to
did.
see the ocean. Oh, you saw it.
All right, Riley. What's your favorite part?
So, for me,
The fuck
like,
was that?
I don't know. I think
He's got the acid reflux.
Yeah.
Are
probably.
we old? Is that what it is?
probably the McDonald's I ate this morning.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
don't
that'll
know.
do it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
For me, it's I can't really choose like one scene as a whole, but just the way they're able to deliver the action scenes in this show, like from the Beast Titan fight to the Warhammer Titan fight to just
All
a
the
lot
Beast
of
Titan
all
fights.
the just a lot of the fights in general. Like they just really upped the ante and went the extra mile in the animation, and plus, like I said before, the story building and the world building, like how congruent everything stays, and like, you know, just little bits of information come back and the foreshadowing happens, and like they just did it so fucking well. Like I couldn't be happier with it, to be honest. Like I just think that the main thing this anime has going for it is just the story itself. Like it's not like a lot of other animes
Well,
that you watch.
the premise, it's original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Like-
is very original.
Yeah,
It is a
absolutely.
modern original anime, which you don't really get
It
a
has
lot.
like it has some like character tropes, like certain character archetypes, like in any fucking
You got
thing.
the chick with the big boobs. You
Right,
Got the,
like-
you
Yeah,
got
you
the
got the
badass.
hot chick, the badass, the
dopey-
pussy character,
yeah,
the main
the
character.
weak friend who just wants to help, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's all there. Like really, Mikasa's the one that breaks the mold because like the bad bitch sidekick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just
yeah,
the
yeah.
loyal, like, yeah, bad bitch.
I'm
and-
here till the end with you. Let's go.
Exactly. And that's
My
that's how
life
it
for your
ends.
life mentality.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Now, so being as a person that's only seen the first 2 seasons and her being so loyal as a secondary character, like a Batman to a Robin,
there's a reason for it.
where does she stand with him committing mass genocide? Is she part of the
she's-
She
Jaeger?
kind of doesn't really have.
She flip flops.
like-
She's like
you spoil it. I don't want to do
okay.
it.
So I'll keep it like in layman's terms. Like she is like for Aaron surviving. Like all
She
in
just
all.
wants to see him out of this.
She feels like there's still like a silver lining in him. Like
There's
I-
good somewhere. We
like-
just got to bring it
look,
out.
I know you're good because you've been good most of your life, and you know, like you said, I just got to bring it out in you.
We
But
all
at
made
the
bad
same
choices.
time, like it definitely
It just takes one good
Yeah.
woman to change us around. Come on, ladies.
yeah. But Aaron is kind of like a piece of shit to her through like the last bit of the
Well,
series.
I mean, to his defense, he's a piece of shit to everyone. At the
true, yeah. But like especially to somebody like as important as her, like it kind of goes overboard. And
Yeah, I mean, the whole It's the whole Ackerman thing, though. It's like she's kind of like bound by like blood contract shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He saved her life.
Because she actually gets more origin throughout the show, too. Like, you find out she's actually royalty, and so is Levi. Sorry to spoil that for anybody that didn't know.
Oh, yeah, Mikasa and Levi are related.
Yeah, that
Like,
too.
Oh, that's weird.
Which kind of explains why they're both just like badasses.
Exactly.
Well, that explains a lot, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of weird. I didn't really see that one coming.
It also explains why, with the foreshadowing again, why Levi handpicked Eren. Because he knew he was supposed to like protect the founding titan,
Yeah.
so he picked him.
Yeah, overall, it's just like the animation factor of the show. That's definitely what I appreciate about it the most in the story building. I think they've done a good job with it. It's, you watch a lot of animes and you're like, oh, this is this. Like, oh, I'm going to watch Cowboy Bebop. Now I'm going to watch Outlaw. So,
Yeah,
that's Cowboy Bebop.
You get the loop pretty quick.
Yeah, yeah. They kind of, I like the saying now, break the mold with
that is a
style
really
of
good
anime.
saying for
It
this
is.
anime.
Yeah, 100%.
Man, you gotta watch those last 2 seasons, dog.
You definitely.
I thought
do,
you
though,
watched
dude.
it.
No,
Man.
no,
It's
no,
so
no,
good.
no.
Like,
Honestly,
I've
if
left it
I
alone.
were you right now, I would literally just start at the beginning and
Oh,
just
I'm going
binge
to.
it.
Yeah,
I'm
just
going
rewatch
to.
it.
So
Binge
like,
it.
um,
Because the first season's only like 12 episodes, and then they start to kind of get bigger, like towards the end.
so when I got to season 2, Riley was like, "Oh, dude, yeah, season 4 is gonna come out, and they're probably gonna break up season 4." He called this like I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago. He called this.
I definitely did.
Yeah, he straight up called this like 3 or 4 years ago.
No,
and
it's one of the reasons I
immediately
quit
was
watching it,
I
too.
immediately was just like, all right, I'm going to wait until this is done. Kind of like My Hero with their seasons, because they have like 50-some fucking episodes per season or some ungodly fucking number.
That's like
25.
the
25?
Superman though. Like
Yeah.
of Japan, like the government funds that shit or something like that.
I
most
wait. I
likely.
watched the first okay, so except for this season is a huge like. I kept up with it every single Sunday. I was there watching it. I just lately got like lackadaisical on it. With this, I got to it and I was like, so there's no end. I have to wait like years for it to be like over.
So, dude, straight up, like, I didn't know they were doing like a whole like special 2-part and the whole thing. I thought the end of season 4 was the end.
It was just gonna play through.
And then March 3rd happened, and literally everybody on the internet was like, "Yo, they're doing Attack on Titan, insane! You gotta watch
Yeah,
it."
it
And
kind of came out of nowhere, and I was just like, when the fuck are they going to announce something? And then that happened. And I'm like, all right, well, at least I'll get to see some of it like happen. And then it really wasn't that much.
dude, that's the thing is, it's like, why did you break it up? Like,
It's for money, man. It's just for
Yeah.
money.
I
It's
know,
Well,
it's just
to be
annoying,
fair,
though.
like once the shit starts happening, it's ongoing. Like it doesn't stop.
Yeah.
Like I will say that.
I mean, he is walking across the entire planet, so I guess they need to split it up for like 7-8 months so he can like get
Yeah.
to the next. He gets across the ocean,
Something like that.
and then they can pick up the cameras again and record. it.
Yeah,
wait.
it's live
I
action.
see land. All right, bring in the cameras. Bring it in.
All right, CGI now.
Yeah, shooting starts next week. It looks like he's like 2 miles off the coast. Like,
He's gonna get here eventually, but when he gets here, oh fuck, be ready.
because like, dude, that's the other thing. It's like the brutality of it. Like, they don't shy away from that shit, dude. Like, people are
No,
getting
not at all.
like murdered and minced in front of you throughout the entire show.
Like
So-
I said, that kid.
So I
that poor fucking kid.
So I thought I had seen a lot whenever I watched Berserk. You know, you see this dude cutting people in half, cutting horses in half. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of violence. Whenever you watch Attack on Titan and you see people get fucking like side view eaten, it is the most intense shit I have ever seen. I was like, oh, this is the anime that I'm going to be watching today. It's not like a My Hero where there's a bloody nose and then we move on. It's like, I'm going to scoop up a handful, like 5 human beings and eat them. And
It's gonna squirt.
there's
when I
so
chomp,
much
man.
blood, man.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very graphic, like all around.
and like you were talking about the animation, it's just like it's real, man. And it kind of pulls you in and it's gripping like that because you're like, wow, this is like very like, I don't want to say it's like the shock factor, but like from the first episode, you're like, oh, this is real. Like people are dying about this shit. It's not like, well, yeah, but the walls have been there for 100 years. It's
Like
fine.
the walls don't fucking matter.
Walls don't matter. And when the opening scene where it's like we have these 3 giant massive walls and like there's hundreds of miles of land in between, and then we have the next wall, and when the show starts, aren't they already at like the center wall or the second wall or something like that?
Yeah, the main wall gets breached.
Yeah, at like episode 1.
Except
Yeah.
the third.
The first wall gets breached, so
Yeah.
they retreat back. But also like there's a lot of like going off of what you were saying about like how does this relate to real life?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like class struggle inside the walls.
There is, for sure.
And that dynamic of like being like military police in the capital kind of thing, like
Yeah.
A giant civil war, basically.
yeah.
Somewhat. You could say that.
So, what are the groups? What are the groups to follow? Because you have obviously the Empire. Who's the Empire? Who's and in layman terms,
So it'd be the Eldians mainly.
they're the big force that just
Yeah.
puts their dick on
And
everything.
the Marleyans.
Yeah, and the
Marleyans.
Marleyans.
So
Marleyans are like mainland,
Yeah,
and Eldians are on the island.
yeah.
But there's Eldians in Marland, and they're like
Yeah, they're like the Holocaust, like
Yeah.
they're like the Jews of the World War II in Marley. Like they have to wear like special armbands with a star on it and stuff like that.
because they
And-
have the blood of an Eldian, which means
Yeah.
they can turn into a Titan.
Yeah, and they're
I
not
instantly
pure
regret,
Marleyan.
like listening to this, I instantly
Hey, dude, you
regret
fucking asked, so
my decision of what side I would like pick. Like,
But like that's the thing though, is Aaron's genociding the Nazis.
oh well, then I'm all for it.
yeah,
But like and that's where the moral question comes in, is like because you kind of
Am I the judge?
because you got to think like most
I the judge and the
basically
executioner?
90% or probably more than that is like Marleyans. Let's just say 10% is just Eldia, which is like where all the problems are and where they go.
there are also other countries too.
Yeah, there are. But
So
like most of the world is like on the Marleyan standpoint of fuck Titans, like we need to defend ourselves from them. We're just gonna put them all on an island and treat everybody else like shit. So
I mean, I guess you could boil it down to us and them.
yeah,
Fair
Like,
enough.
Like it's that at its core, but like it's just the nuances about it, and the fact that it paints this really nice shade of gray of like, yeah, it's genocide, but also they're Nazis.
They're bad.
Yeah.
Do you feel
Like-
bad about killing bad people,
right, and it's like
even
that
if
whole
those
like
people don't understand
it's
the cause?
very Machiavellian
Yeah,
at its concept, and it's like I get why people are like Aaron did nothing wrong, but at the same time, like
he does.
genocide's not the fucking answer, dog.
No.
Like,
And you see that in the show. You see that in the ending. Like that's the most I'll say about it.
So
Like,
for somebody that has seen the ending, you said that this was not like a good, solid way to end this show. You want to
it's-
like expand on that?
Okay, so for my personal opinion, I feel like they could have done the ending different. Not that it was done in a bad way, but like I kind of pictured it going another direction where certain people stay alive, let's just say.
dude,
But-
man, from episode 1, you knew that wasn't where you should be going. With
Yeah, exactly. But it's a happy ending, but it's not like as good as it could be. It depends on what side of the fence you're on, I guess.
I'm literally leaving here to go read this.
Dude, I'm serious. Like it's
you talking about it, and I was like, oh, dog, I just go read the fucking manga.
it's
Like,
okay. So
I don't even have
best,
to wait.
at best, it's closure. That's
Yeah,
what I
okay.
can say. Like
So-
at its best, it is closure to the series. Now, is it the closure you want? Well, that depends on how you feel about the
Well,
fucking series as a whole.
That's usually not how things go.
No, it's really not. But like I said, in a nutshell, it's closure.
So, without explaining or spoiling anything for Evan, I want to know, what do you think the ending is going to be like from what you've seen so far? Like, obviously Riley's in
See,
the
I
future,
knew
and
I
I don't want to hear like, even
I knew I
especially
should have rewatched that special before I came. To do this.
even if you have not seen it, like just the direction
No,
of the show.
I've seen it.
Okay,
I watched it March 3rd, and I know that's not very long ago, but like life's happening right now. Like things are moving around a lot quickly, so I forget exactly how it was gonna go, but something along the lines of Mikasa's gonna play a huge role in this,
She does.
and
I'll just
Don't
say that
spoil
right
it.
now.
Don't spoil
I'm not
it.
giving away like
no,
definite
it's
spoilers.
not. It's not spoiling it. It's confirmation, and it's
Okay.
also convincing me to just go read it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like-
Yeah, you
Okay.
should. I'm just saying.
But like he already said, all 9 Titans are going to be involved, and I imagine it's going to be along the lines of everybody sacrificing their Titan powers. and probably intern their lives because he mentioned that he wanted certain people to be alive after it.
Yes and no.
God damn it, he gave me the same thing. Like, anytime I, okay, so Riley and I will watch stuff, and he'll get tired of waiting for the end, and like he did with Attack on Titan, he'll read the end, and then he'll come to me and be like, you want me to spoil it? And it's like, Riley, yes, because obviously I'm not going to watch it, or no. And the no is like a stern no. He doesn't answer any more questions. But I do get to ask questions.
Yep.
And the ask questions normally are the answer are yes and no, and it is more
I
frustrating.
mean, I try to keep it as vague as possible.
No, and
I'm not
that's
trying to
fair.
just give
'Cause
it away.
You don't want to spoil it.
No,
But,
I
like,
don't. I don't.
It just feels like that's where it's going. And if I'm being honest, if that's how it goes down, that's kind of a letdown.
I will
Because
say this
I
much.
feel like I've seen that movie before.
if
You
you
like a
if
Power
you
Ranger
if you go home and
situation.
read this,
Make a
I'll,
sword.
if you go home and read this, I'll be proud of you. I will just say that like Mikasa is like a definite deciding factor on how the series ends.
Yeah.
It's like the Vegas
Okay.
like biggest spoiler I can give you. Like that's what it all comes down to.
Dude, did she kill Aaron? She kills Aaron. Dog, that's what it is.
I am not confirming or denying that for the listeners here.
That's
but
valid. I'm gonna go read this. Because
Yeah, man.
you've convinced me, and also like, dude, fuck them. And I'm also not gonna pay for the manga because you made me wait 6 months to watch for this when you could have just released it all at
I'm
once.
telling you, just go on the internet. Like,
Yep, I'm just gonna.
I bootleg manga all the time. www.mangasi123.com. Shout out to them.
Sponsor us.
They've definitely gotten me through a lot. So,
Fair.
with that being said, we're gonna wrap things up here. We've been talking for a while, been hanging out for a while. I'm okay with hanging out more, but
I gotta pee.
I also gotta pee, and I want another beer.
I have to go read the end of Attack on Titan.
Yeah, Evan's got things to do. So, with that being said, be sure to check us out on all of our listening platforms such as Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Reverb Nation, RSS. I'm just kidding about Reverb Nation. That was a joke.
you guys are on Reverb Nation? That's
No.
fucking dope.
How do we do this?
That's still a website?
Tyler's like, that's a platform?
Oh, I'm going to be on it. So check us out on YouTube, Patreon, our Instagram, our Facebook, our Snapchat. It's all at Men of Misfortune. If you want to email us about how much you love this episode or how much you hated this episode, go ahead and email us at menofmisfortune@gmail.com. We love you. If you have any comments, keep them to your fucking self.
Or tell us,
No,
because
you
we
can
love
you
the
can
criticism.
DM me about them. I'll laugh at it.
Evan Anderson from Dubuque.
Bass player of Tamara.
Okay, again, shoot us those dates. What do you got?
Next 3 shows: April 14th in Dubuque, May 5th in Waterloo. That's tentative. Can't tell you who that's with at all. And then May 14th in Dubuque at the Smokestack again.
Hell yeah. If you are in the Dubuque area, go ahead and find us because I'm going to be there this time because there's not going to be a goddamn mountain of snow because my tires are bald and it's scary to drive my
Don't
car
say
during the
that,
winter.
man.
My car.
We've gotten snow in April here before.
Don't. Just don't.
Yeah,
just
I'm
don't.
just- I'm
just
not
don't.
for that
Just don't.
at all.
Just don't. Just don't. I have bald ass tires. Like, I'm so scared to drive home.
Go buy some tires, you
I-
fucking broke bitch.
That's a problem. So,
I'll
Dude,
put
I
tires on your
literally just
car.
had to replace 2 tires. It was like $600.
Hey, did you know that like your best friend is a mechanic?
yeah, I know, but it's like, it's scary.
You still
I just
gotta
need
buy the tire.
I just
dog.
gotta
Like,
buy the
Yeah, they're
tire. It's expensive.
You can get them
bro.
cheap though. You can buy cheap tires. With that being said, cheap tires and Attack on Titan aside, I am your humble host, Riley Wallen. I am joined today by our special guest, Evan from.
Tamara?
He does that. Just
He
say
does
the,
that.
just say the whole band. Just say the whole
That
band.
whole band. Tamara from Dubuque, Iowa.
There we go. I am your fearless leader, Tyler Campbell.
With that being said, be sure to stay
He's
misfortunate.
got to sign out.
Oh,
I don't know
sorry.
how to sign off. I've never
You
done
just
this.
say, I'm Evan from Tamara.
I'm Evan from Tamara. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No,
Absolutely,
great
man.
conversation.
It's
Dude,
great to
thank
have
you for having.
I finally get to meet
us.
you in person. You're wrong about Slice of Life. You need to give it another chance. That's
Dude, listen. Fuck what this guy has told you. I like Slice of Life to a certain degree, but I only will admit that
Dude,
to
you-
so many
you-
people.
Fuck what he told me, dude. You did a whole episode on Slice of Life where you told me what you think of it. Like,
Okay, so
That might have happened. I can't confirm or deny it.
To help our listeners, Evan has been a listener of the show since like the beginning, since we started doing anime.
literally from the
Well, I
moment I found
appreciate
out you
that.
did an anime podcast, I was like, Okay, 'cause I don't really care about the true crime
Well,
thing, so like,
That gives me a whole other level of respect for
He
you.
has been emailing us about slice of life. What are we gonna do with slice of life? He'll message me. He's like, "Yo, the last anime episode is dope. Fuck your opinion about slice of life." He's just gotta. He's been with us for a long fucking time.
Paco Monogatari is one of the best anime ever, and it's a slice of life anime.
Listen, my coworker told me to watch Beastars, and I'm kind of conflicted
No.
about it because I
No?
hate
I watched
furries.
it, but it's like,
Is it mid?
if you're not a furry, you're not gonna like them.
I'm not a
okay.
furry.
I'm definitely not a furry. Shout out to all the people that are furries out
Yeah,
there.
like do you, not for me, not my thing.
Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, be sure to always stay misfortunate,
and always listen to mom. And
we're fucking.
he doesn't know. He doesn't
I was
know.
supposed to say out.
You just gotta
Just say out.
Out.
Yeah, and that's
Okay,
it.
see,
That's the
Now
episode.
we're gonna have to chop it up.
That's fine.
Man.
Sorry, I didn't know the script before.
No, it's okay. It's okay. He just does that.